I'm gonna press that right now too. And I'm gonna press this one right here. We're good, bro.
I'm gonna start on 3. I'm gonna let everybody know.
Okay, cool.
1, 2. Hello, everyone. This is Converse with Turk. This is my episode number 2. Today I have a special guest, David Luyeye. Did I say it right?
Luyeye, but it's close enough though.
Luyeye.
Yeah.
So we got David Luyeye, my brother, journalist, soon up and coming videographer. He's here on today. I know y'all weren't expecting this one, but it's gonna be a good one. So David, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
How's it going, everyone? My name is David Luyeye, and I've been here with my brother Turk. I've been knowing him for a little bit. A little bit about myself. I'm 25 years old by age, and I work full time, but outside of my work, I dip and dab a little bit in photography, videography. So I'm here today because I reached out to Turk, just try to get a little something going. So yeah, we tried it out.
So the first thing I want to touch on is when I see your videos, the thing that stood out to me, I seen you singing on your YouTube channel. The thing that stood out to me is when you did a mock speech thing, but he was sitting in there, he was doing your talk, and also see you talk to a governmental official, politician, whoever it was, I don't know. I think it's in Georgia.
Senator in Georgia.
Yeah, so what made you start doing that?
Oh man, you watched that one? See, we went to Atlanta. You were there. Or did you miss that one?
You talking about the recent one?
Yeah.
No, I ain't go.
Okay. So we went to Atlanta, and I was with my good brother, Steven. I woke up on a Saturday morning, and I told Steven, we're going to go to the Capitol in Georgia, because whenever I get to a city where we have the conventions, by now, I turn into like an explorer, so I like to explore everything.
I learned from Jamaica.
Yeah. You know, you stuck around with me for a little bit, so I told him, Steven, come on, let's go to the Capitol. I didn't really plan to see anything special, but we got up, grabbed the car, went over there, and went in, took a good look at the architecture and whatnot. It was really kind of fascinating because I had my camera with me, so I was just shooting some B-rolls, some shots, some photography, just having a little bit of fun before church gets started. And now Steven was actually very inspirational because he is in public speaking already.
Wow. By
career field. And he kind of let me know that the day of. I already kind of knew because of his job, but he kind of let me know that the day of. So we were able to go a few floors. There's like about maybe 4 floors in the Capitol. And there's some warning signs, but the cop at the entrance told us, go past the warning signs, you'll find some, you can go. So when we got there, we went past, we opened some doors, and that's where we got access to a room empty, which was a committee room. And that was crazy to me because I was like, yo, this has been a dream to me, man.
It's nice. It was a nice video.
Because for some reason, all of a sudden I got a little bit of interest in politics and whatnot. So it was an empty room, just me and him. I was taking some photos, but I was kind of fascinated. I was like, yo, this is nice. And then we went into another one, which is why I posted on my YouTube, because that one had the whole desk and the microphones. So that's when I decided to do the whole mock thing. And I questioned him because he told me he do public speaking. So one thing, when you tag along with me, I'm always gonna do something to put anybody on the spot for some reason.
Yeah.
Just to really challenge your skills. But it's all for personal growth. Like anybody could do the same for me. So I did that to him. I had him up there, and I asked him just a few questions, just random questions. And then I think I asked him a question about what he think about poverty and whatnot. So yeah, man, that's the whole skit that we did. I enjoyed it so much, bro. I enjoyed it so much because, for one, it didn't really help him, it helped me. Because I want to get into public speaking. I want to get better at speaking.
Right.
So I really did that for me. So that way he was asking me questions, and it was helping me as if one day I was to be in that kind of audience. So I really did that for me. And then we exited that room, went a little bit further, and then that's when we saw a whole bunch of camera sets that were up and ready. And I'm thinking, yo, what's going on? So I asked somebody that got a whole suit on. I asked him, yo, what y'all doing? and they say, we're about to do a press conference for the senator. I'm like, senator?
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Didn't plan none of it at all whatsoever. So I asked him, okay, can we stick around? They said, yeah. He coming in about 12 minutes or so. Took some time. We sat there. The entire time, bro, I was thinking, ain't no way I'm about to see this press conference with the senator. The whole time I was thinking that. And I'm looking at Steven because he's with me. Steven's like, and then I'm telling Steven, you know I prayed for this, bro. I'm like, bro, you know I prayed for this? He's like, huh? I tell him, bro, Steven, I prayed for this. Cause I started to like politics for a little bit. So I asked the Lord in prayer. Literally, I asked him. I don't know how I'm gonna do it in politics. Cause men that are in politics, if you look on YouTube, they beasts. Like, they don't care. And I look at myself and I'm like, bro, am I really ready to go against these people? So I just asked the Lord, I don't know if I can do this, but you just gonna have to help me, give me an experience or something. So when I had prayed, then that happened. I'm like, bro, I didn't set none of this up. None of it.
You had anything written?
Nothing written at all. So I was actually kind of nervous because the way it happened so quick, and there was only a few people there. And then that's when I was able to raise my hand and ask a question to the senator, and he answered me. He gave me a really wonderful question. It was on top of his head. But the question that I asked him, I actually asked Steven because I was so nervous. I'm like, Steven, what do I ask, bro? What do I ask? And Steven already my brother that was with me already been doing public speaking. So he just said, ask something like this, and that. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I phrased it up on my own way, and then I asked the senator, and that was one of the best moments. I'll never forget that.
How did it help you?
That moment on, that gave me so much confidence. Cause I asked him a question, he didn't ignore me, he didn't belittle me, he didn't look at me as if he was higher than me or whatever. He answered it direct, and he actually gave me an answer. And then after I asked that question, I met a guy that was a sub company from CBS News that was also there. That was amazing. And he actually told me, you asked a very wonderful question. That boosted my confidence.
Wonderful.
Boosted my confidence. And the fact that I didn't think that I could really have an impact. I didn't think that what people are already doing out there, public speaking, raising their voice to speak about certain issues on the news and everything like that, I just didn't think that that was a possibility for me. Because I wasn't raised in it. I didn't go to school for it. I wasn't educated by it. I just had my father, which is a great public speaker, but I was never in that environment. So that was a test run for me. That helped me to know, okay, David, you got this, bro. You could do this.
Yeah, you very good at speaking in general. Just seeing you around when we talk with people, how people just gravitate you can talk to anyone. So that potentially is a great field for you. Another question I want to ask was, why was you drawn to politics?
So I'm very diverse by origin because of two different backgrounds that I was raised with, my mother and my father. So I don't really have a one-sided mind, one-sided view.
And what ethnicity or race are we going to call it?
And my mother's French and my father's Congolese from Africa. Mm-hmm. So I was raised with literally both cultures.
Right.
Literally like a mix. So I don't know one culture at all.
That's different.
I just don't. So when I came to the States, I was already born here, but when I came back to the States, had to learn English as my second language. But my mind was already filled with everybody's equal, because in Europe, it's pretty much like that. So when I came to the States, I actually didn't know a lot about what African Americans went through. I didn't know a lot about it. Mm-hmm. I was learning through history, slavery, I knew a little bit, but I just didn't know a certain degree of how harsh in the States it was. And even till this day,
racism is a foundation in America.
I didn't know.
It's like built in it, like terribly.
That's why when I watch a video like your video, what you and your sister did, it helps me so much. Because I didn't grow in it. I didn't grow up in it. I came back to the States at 9, but that's when I started to get the understanding of, oh, okay, I see kind of young African Americans talking about they suffering and whatnot. And I'm like, how? Because I was in France the whole time. and equality is very strong over there. You have a multicultural Arabs, you have everybody. So coming back here to the States, I feel like I'm learning more in my 20s, bro, than when I was in public school for some reason. Now I feel like I'm learning so much more because I'm actually putting my time in educating myself. I'm putting my time in educating, like a video of you and your sister, when you talked about what you went through. Mother, father, household, no lights, all these things. I'm like, how many other children live like this?
A lot.
That's shocking to me because I didn't live like that. Thank God my father was there. My mother was, it was a father and mother household that I have. But when I hear a story like that, I'm thinking, how many children are growing up like this still? And that's shocking to me.
When you're growing up in that household with a multicultural family, how was that like? You got a French mother and what's the father again?
African.
Pretty
much.
Father. How was that like? How was the food, cuisine? How was like they had y'all dressed? Did they agree on everything? Did they disagree? How was that?
Oh man,
That's like that's different. That's not. Did they both speak French?
Yeah, both.
Because I'm not foolish to think everybody in Africa speak African. I don't think African is a language.
Nah,
exactly.
there's multiple different languages in Africa.
So they both spoke.
But they both speak French,
Okay.
yeah, because Africa has a lot of predominantly French.
Okay.
In a lot of the regions. So they met in France, had us in the States. My father made sure to have us in the States for U.S. citizenship. We just happened to migrate back to France and then back to the States. So second language still was English. But there's two different cultures. My mother's French, different environment. She grew up very different. Calm, way of life is a little bit slower. My father grew up in the militant aspect, having to learn how to make something out of nothing. Every time we were young, when he was raising us, he was the one that he would literally take us driving past $1 million home properties or huge home properties in Plano, Dallas, whatever. And when we drive past those neighborhoods, we'll be like, wow, Dad. He'll say, don't you say wow to that, well, I'm bigger. And he taught us that. He taught us that money is a tool. Don't look at money as if it's, don't crave money, pretty much. But just learn how to, he always taught us, learn how to shoot far. And to be honest, public school here in America crushed a lot of that. Because even though my father was very militant, being African, my mother was a little bit more laid back. But every time I would go to school here in America, I would be in an environment with children that had different households. Meaning I was exposed to cuss words. I was exposed. Because the culture change from the Europe to the States was huge, bro. I was exposed to so much more filth.
Yeah.
From children that are 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It was shocking because in France, I was so innocent. And then when I came to the States, it's like all of a sudden, here, try this.
You got contaminated?
Contaminated. And I went back home with my father that was very militant, strict. Would teach us the right way, actually. He warned us of a lot of things that I got myself into. But so that environment really had an impact on me. Not that I blame the environment, but I'm just putting into more of a perspective. So yeah, that's a little bit about it. But what really got me interested really now to get into politics is because I look back at all these things. I look back at how I went to public school and I was around environments where children were going to school and the teacher had to be the mother, the teacher had to be the father. These things now build up my interest to figure out why, what is going on, how can I help, how can we help. I'm in this program in church called Man Up.
Right.
And I got in it because I was so inspired when I look at young men that are below 18 years old. Because I got brothers that are below 18 years old and they struggling. So I got in that because I look at myself. Not that I'm of any high value, but I look at myself how I am building my foundation as a man, and I'm thinking I can do a lot of help. I can inspire a lot, pretty much. So politics, when I look at it, politics is so global, and it can be a huge impact.
Yeah, that's a good thing to be into, because it's a lot of fatherless children, and if you got a fatherless son and he's growing up, eventually he's going to be a man. He's not going to be a boy forever, and he's raised up a certain way, not getting instilled with the right things that a man will give him. He can be man in stature or physique, and maybe got a beard, got a deep voice, but internally he's still a boy. So just because you're 20, 21, 19, 30, might even 40 and upward, doesn't make you a man. You might be a man by age, but mentally you about 14 with this immature mentality, don't know how to handle responsibility, can't even handle tense situations before you crumble. Because when you have a good father, he also instills you, because you have balance. You got the nurturing mother, you got the discipline, the rule, good from wrong. A father instills he's your leader. He teaches you how to way of life, how you go through things. You scrape your knee, come in. That's how life is. That's why you get up and you move on, because it won't be the last time you hurt yourself. You hurt yourself another way. You come to him and he guides you through it. And you take that away out of the household. He's got a mother that's overloaded, trying to take care of X amount of kids, got all this stuff going on. You're going to have a lack. You're not going to have everything. So that's why this podcast is going to be good, because this is two men from two different walks of life meeting together to one, to hopefully making a good video that all you will like. So also I want to talk about, what made you want to get in videography?
So I picked up, that's funny. I picked up a camera and I don't know why. Oh yeah, I do know why. I went to Oklahoma and I had a fellowship with y'all.
Is that when you took them pictures?
Yeah.
That's your first time?
Wow.
That's coming around.
There was a sister there and she had her Canon camera. And because I'm always curious, I never touched a camera like that before, but because I'm always curious, I asked her, can I see it so I can shoot with it? And grab a hold of it, and I was taking shots of you and other people. And I thought, those look pretty nice. So I went and bought a camera myself, which is this one right here, that's sitting up on this tripod. That was my first camera.
Wow.
Sony. Didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know that once you buy a camera, you needed lenses. And I didn't know the lenses could cost up to a rent. I didn't know that. So I did baby steps, man. I did baby steps. Then when I got my camera, I started doing street photography. Going out Dallas, driving to Dallas, parking my car somewhere and just walking the streets and just taking pictures of things I think look good. And I just try to make a photo with my own eyes, stepping back, stepping side to side, and then just taking a picture like that. So I did that I started this only March of this year. And after a while, I started a page actually, which is stock photography. Stock photography, if you were to look for like a photo to put here, you would go on a website like Adobe, where people just put photos for free. That way you can print them out. I actually had a page like that. I started a page and just started to post my very unprofessional photos, but novice. I was much a novice, editing them and just posting it on there. And I started to see a lot of likes and a lot of views on it. And it grew up to like past 200,000 views now. And the manager, let me get that straight, the director of that platform is called Pexel, I think. The director of that platform actually sent me a direct email after I barely got started. She sent me a direct email saying, hey, we are seeing your photos and your photos look good. Let me know when you keep posting more. Bro, to me, I'm like, it's like the director of Adobe. Adobe's a huge company.
Yes.
Emails you, telling you your photos look good that you post on their platform. That's what happened to me. And I'm like, oh, really?
I know that was encouraging.
I didn't think they looked that good, but that was encouraging, man. So I said, whoa, let me continue. So I kept posting on there, getting better at my editing, educating myself more on YouTube University, you know, that's free. Educating more on how to edit, make it look better, and I just kept doing that. And then videography, I honestly don't know. I started a YouTube channel, as you know.
Yes.
And when I traveled to different places, different states, I would shoot videos on my iPhone for fun. But then when I am really passionate about cultures, different cultures, and I study about different cultures. So if I see somebody making a pizza from scratch, I think I videotaped that, a pizza from scratch.
Wasn't that one of your first videos?
Yeah, actually, I was in New York.
Yeah.
I videotaped it with my iPhone, how he made it from scratch, added the vegetables. He didn't put it in the fire oven because it was closed, but just put it in the oven, took it out, sliced it up, and handed it over to us. I was just filming that because the whole concept of how that pizza came about, it was an Egyptian. That person came from Egypt, I think. Egyptian style pizza. I just thought that was pretty cool. Not a lot of people know what an Egyptian style pizza is like, so I made that video. And then fast forward, as you know, I told you, and then I went to Rome, Italy, and I got to hang out with this brother named D'Angelo.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
And it wasn't even supposed to happen, but he just needed a place to be with brothers. So, like I always do when I travel, I get up early and I go explore all the time. I go explore somewhere, I get lost, and I figure out how to get back. So I told D'Angelo, we gonna wake up 6 in the morning, we're gonna go to the city in Rome, we're gonna shoot a little bit. So when I took him and I watched him and he was shooting his shots and everything, there's just something about that personality that I just have to commend, because that brother just doesn't have no fear.
He's a phenomenal videographer.
Yeah. He's been in it for some years too.
He's very good.
When he was shooting, I got to see behind the scenes of how he thinks, how he works, what he really does, and how he got his experience. So when I'm looking at him, I'm like, yo, this brother just be going up to people and just filming. His personality as a whole helped me to see, David, why are you packing yourself up in a shell in order to be in the background? Just because you don't have the experience. Just because you don't have the experience doesn't mean that. And actually, that brother D'Angelo was telling me that.
Because you're also selling you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And he was telling me that day. Because we have the same Sony camera, so he took off his lens. He was like, oh, we got the same camera? Bro, get my lens. And I'm like, bro, this thing's like 1,000 plus. So I put his lens on my camera, and he's just telling me to shoot. He's like, shoot that way, shoot that way. That helped me so much. It's rare to be able to really shadow a professional. Even on my own job, I work in IT, bro. I can barely even get to shadow somebody that's a higher tier than me. So that moment changed almost everything. I went home, and I changed everything I do. How I look at things, and I also became a people person. So approach strangers in the streets, take videos of everything now.
I want to touch on that because I also see I'm not mistaken, is that when your pushing out of content on YouTube went up after you left Rome? Because now I be seeing you.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I seen that. And then from here, it was on his channel, C. Holiness. I seen you in the background on there. So it's like putting two and together that launched you to be more productive on your YouTube channel. Because I seen you in the background, I'm like, oh, he with David? And I think I was at the Coliseum. Yeah. And he got the drone up and everything.
He got that drone, even though it was a no drone.
I seen that. And I know you. I bet he was like, I don't think we should be doing this. I said, David, don't want to do that.
I was standing up in the back like,
And I was thinking, I was like, he's gonna put that drone. He said, I'm about to get a shot. And he put it on. I said, it's what it is.
But man, see, that's what I love. That no fear is just, it take you to a whole nother level. You even told me that. It take you to a whole nother level. Because then more of your imagination and personality comes out. Because now you don't think about what people are going to think about your content.
Yeah, you can't be a content creator at all. And then you sing, you're going to be a videographer. How you going to have someone to believe in what you're selling if you're trying to shoot a video for them if you don't have confidence in what you're trying to sell them, they'll be able to tell that because you coming down on, yeah, I can shoot your video if you want me to shoot it. That's only if you want to, because if you don't even want to shoot it, then I want. But if you come like, oh, I'm a videographer, I shoot videos, whatever, this is my content, whatever. If you need someone to shoot your video, it's a whole different than that when you're confident in yourself. Because if you're confident, a lot of times it can be seen. Because for myself, I'm very confident. So even if I'm walking in a room, I doubt, unless they're just hating or something, they're like, yeah, that brother don't got no confidence. Not me, because I got confidence.
That's true. It's exactly true what you said, because when I look at myself a few months ago, I would put myself in the shadow. It's when we go to church and I'm on the photography team on the auxiliary. There's people that have already been there, you know, like Ricky, Rachel. So when I would be at the conventions, I would look and be thinking, I gotta let them do the work first and I'm gonna just sit back. But then that thinking was just, I couldn't even hold myself back. So there's plenty of times I would get up and I would just go straight and I had to shoot something. that feeling about that creative feeling that we have as content creators.
It's a drive. It's like a pull or a push. I can't even explain it.
I even be at work. I'd be at work thinking. My mind is thinking on the creativity always, which makes me want to miss work sometimes, because I just draft up ideas all the time now. And I'm so thankful that my mind runs that way now. It didn't before as much when I put myself off. But now that I really explore, now ideas just flow in. Okay, how can I do this? How can I do that? Which is amazing.
I know exactly what you mean, because my sister's behind the camera over here, but I can know exactly what you're talking about, that feeling, because I already had it, but I feel like it increased more doing this, because on the process of making the first podcast, my first episode, had a bunch of trials with it and everything, but I had such a drive to push it out, whatever I was faced with, like longing to edit and take two on a transfer from this, and it was a lot. And I put it out. I was just happy when it dropped. I was looking for it, like I didn't even know it dropped. I was waiting. I think I said it for like 8 o'clock, and this fire. And then when I got the reactions from it, I believed that it was going to be good, because I just believed it was gonna be good. It was raw content. That's what I wanted to be. I didn't tell nobody what I was trying to make it raw, authentic, which that's what this podcast is about. Raw and authentic. And when I'm getting the comments, oh, this is raw, this is real. I like the conversation. So I was like, this is exactly what I want to be. And then, this is a conversation going to transition to what I want. My next question or area I want to be into is, then you called me. Because you already text me, and that also solidified what I was like, the fact David texted me about this video is something. So then you text me, and I was like, okay, cool, this is good. He really liked that. And then like, this is not just 1 and 2. We had like a part about 5 back and forth. Yeah. And then I'm thinking it's done. I think I get home that day, and you called me, and we having a conversation. You spoke with life into me with that, and then that literally lit a fire in me. And I didn't even know it was gonna be that soon, and that's how this video is getting recorded as we speak. Cause I was gonna put that out, boom, I'm gonna shoot another podcast next month, find somebody. And then what you can touch on what the video meant to you, and that's how we got into this. So you can touch on that.
Man, so when you posted that video, I was at work, I think. And I look and I'm like, an interview? Cause you usually did vlogs. So I look and I see an interview. I'm like, hold on, I don't know what that's gonna be about. And then when I got the chance to click on it, I played through, I listened, and I'm like, bro, this is a gem. I can't explain it. As soon as y'all start to talk about real life experience, because I surf YouTube and I watch things like that, because that's education to me. Like I mentioned earlier, I didn't know a lot of things that folks go through here and that have gone through here in the States, because I watch about all other countries. Like I watch about Israel, I watch about the war in Gaza, I watch about what's happening in Africa, all different countries. So when I watched your video, I'm like, ooh, here's some more education. That was real good, man. That was real good, because children going through that, it's different when you're an adult, but children going through something like that, and here you are now today, The whole purpose of you speaking about it today is so that people that are going through it now and have gone through it in the past and haven't figured out how to get past it at 30, 40, 60 years old, the whole purpose is for them to see it. Look, he and this woman got past it. That's the whole purpose of it. That's why it's so meaningful. It's so powerful. When I look at a video like that, I haven't gone through it. But for me, it's education that I can build up. So I know that when I meet another man or a woman, let me get to know them first. Stranger or whatever, let me get to know them first. Let me see if they've gone through what Turk went through. Ooh, they gone through it? Man. Let me treat them just like I would want somebody to treat them. See, a lot of people don't treat people like...
They don't.
The presidency that we have, imagine if they take into account the children that went through what you went through. Imagine if government cracked down doors on parents that are abusive to their children and don't just sit there and put cases away and just push them off and don't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Just imagine, you know.
Yeah, that's because like when you commented on it, I don't have a general audience. My audience is whoever willing to listen and whoever enjoys the content. I don't have a specific audience I'm going for. It's broad. So when you got something from that, it actually opened my mind about how impactful. I'm not worried about views. I'm worried about I got real life impact. People coming to me and telling me how the video helped them. Mm-hmm. People I go to church or whatever. It was Brother Barry's wife. I don't know exactly what I saw. I don't make sure I'm not going to speak to it, but really her life wasn't as rough as mine, I can say. And she was able to pull things from the parenting aspect. Cause you pull from the lifestyle that I had and how harsh it was, and my mom, my father, that, and she pulled from how it was on the parenting side to inspire her to want to be that she want to make sure she making a good impression on her kids, so they will have good things to say later. So I'm seeing people with different walks of life getting something different from it. So it's like it's bigger than I thought. I'm just gonna be me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be raw. I'm not writing nothing down. I'm gonna go straight off the top, click record, and let's go. That's how the thing was that. And then when it did, I said, wow, this is actually doing good, because currently, and I ain't checked lately, it might be the first now, currently on my channel, that's my second biggest video, and I dropped my first video 7 months ago, and it's, Lord willing, finna beat the first video, and I dropped that 7 months ago. So
I knew it.
Yeah,
it is just like you said, it is bigger than you thought. There's some people that are tired of environments and certain behaviors that their own parents are having or have had, but they can't talk about it. They can't talk to nobody about it. So what if they stumble across your video? And now here is an opportunity to understand, oh, I know I wasn't the only one that was thinking this is crazy. I know I wasn't. While everybody else in their family or in their circle, friends, whatever, is telling them, no, this is normal. Just brush it off. Bro, just go to sleep. You know how many children have been told to just sleep, go to sleep. Just go to sleep. And then
maybe a lot of bad stuff be coming from within. This conversation finna get raw.
And then we want to say, oh, I feel so sorry that this child that's 16 years old killed himself. Let's look at why they killed themselves. You know, let's look at what the parents really lived like. You know where I'm getting.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. I'm gonna piggyback off you.
You know this is raw.
Yeah.
Let's look at what kind of life they had. Yeah, the children might be ignorant, hard-headed, which is expected of a child to grow up, but let's look at really, did they have a mentally stable environment? Did they have an environment where they could talk about their emotions, their feelings, other than their friends that are going through the same exact thing and know better?
Or they tell you, because you're a boy, stop crying, that's for girls.
No. Mm-hmm.
Like you don't have emotions the same. Mm-hmm. Or you can talk about how oftentimes women or girls getting molested by their own family members, their uncles, the one that your mama called brother, or your cousin. But then you can bring that to them, and they just, you imagine that's the same person you got to eat at the same picnic table at the family reunion. They just sweep it under the rug.
And that's
Or a
very
woman
common.
come to a mama and say, this happened to me. And she says, oh, you just being fast, or oh, you lying.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like this really happened. Because I forgot what study it was or what history was. I think I was my first college I ever went to. After my first quarter, first semester, whatever it was, we had to take like a sexual harassment course. And I forgot the percentage, but I believe it was over half. Most of the time, any of those sexual cases is from a person they know. Because when you watch the stuff, it used to be, oh, you just got stalked by somebody you don't know and they just snatch you up. That's not really how it be. It be about somebody they know. And a lot of that stuff being home, you know how many women I know that got messed with when they was young? It's actually crazy. That stuff is so common now, or been common, and it's like, that stuff messes up a woman's mind, even in her adulthood. You can, get over it and all stuff. Somebody say that, but you took something from the girl that a girl, she like, it's precious to her. So it got took from her at a young age. That can spike her sexuality. Some of them get that spirit opposite. Then they question their identity. Now they want like the same gender. It can just open up a door of bad things, and that stuff happens too commonly. Most time it be one of their family members, and it's sickening. So that's why I say you talking about coming within, and they also start with home, because if the parent heard of it and went through the proper authorities instead of pushing under the rug, would have did better. But now I gotta see this dude every day. And let's not get mistaken, little boys be getting touched too. So the same man that did something to you is the same one that's in your kitchen cooking your food because it's your mama's boyfriend. And he supposed to be taking you to school.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. And we live in a generation that doesn't even think about it. Don't take even 2 seconds to think about. It's so scary, brother. Because my age and younger are the ones that are supposed to be the next president, the ones that are supposed to be the next husband to all the young women that we have today. And because you know that women affect men. Because men chase after women.
Yes.
Naturally. So you know that the woman is going to have a 90% effect on the man. So if you got a woman that already comes out like that, with that environment, home environment, now getting locked with a man that typically naturally always chase after women anyways, that's literally going to take that man over. So now you have a man that's literally belittled his entire manhood for a woman that is already broken. Where is that going to lead to? Nothing. So now we're losing men because of that.
Henpecs.
Right. Let's say you get married from that. Then you start a family. Now you have children. That environment's still going to be the same. The woman's still going to affect the man. By affecting the man, I mean the woman mindset is going to overrule the household. The man's still going to provide whatever he wants. That's fine. The man men labor and hard. But the woman mindset is going to be the head of the house. This way goes. You know, because I admire sometimes when I walk to the stores and I take a look at the children and then the wife. If that's the wife, or children and then the woman in the family. And then I see the man trailing behind and I'm like, well, from the children to the woman, then you take a look at the men, well, it makes sense. Because the man doesn't care. This is what I mean by the woman pretty much overrules the whole home.
It's crazy how you pointed that out.
Devastating, bro.
Because that's something you can see that some might overlook, like, oh, you just walking behind it, but
overlook, yeah.
That's not. It's different if she's pushing the basket with the kids trailing and you walking in front of the basket, or the kids are trailing the mother, you're pushing the basket, but they all in front of you. That's even like you got all these bags and your woman carrying all these bags and you ain't got nothing in your hand. She carrying the water. Oh yeah, she over here. It's nothing to her. Can you open the trunk? I'm trying to put this water in there. Yeah, I got it. What are you doing? Man, It's no more. I think they call it chivalry.
Yeah.
It's no more chivalry these days.
And that's devastating because the capacity that a man has that is just given by God, literally, is so much further than what we see. The strength, the mindset, just everything about a man. When a man holds himself, upright, man, there's so much that a man could do.
So much.
So much. Man, you know this.
Yeah.
So much that a man can do. Not just a man being married to a family. I'm talking about, okay, cool, you impact your family. Fine. But a man that holds himself impacts other people and can impact a whole entire community. A whole entire community.
He can impact generations because
yeah.
you meet one from this family, you meet one from this family, and they all know you, and they can go back and tell their family something.
Exactly.
And they can spread, and they can learn something just from you.
Exactly.
Because oftentimes people might not ask questions, but depending on how you carry yourself, you can inspire people just by how you conduct yourself, and they never said a word to you because they can watch from afar. So what you say, it matters also because people watch what you say.
Yeah.
But if your words match your actions, which is rare because people say one thing and do another, but when they line and you really being upright, it's totally different. That's the difference between somebody upright and a hypocrite or a liar. But yeah, I know exactly what you said.
And not many children that have grown up in a 2-parent household know what a real man is. Yes, the man is there, but
I didn't know what a real man was.
You take a child that goes, let's say, to do some homework study at his friend's house, and let's say the friend has his father there, and his father, he's a real man. That child's gonna look, he's gonna say, he or she gonna say, what? You mean to tell me a man can be this kind? A man can be this genuine? A man can be this kind with words? They gonna go back home, they gonna think, what kind of dad do I got? Just that alone, just that alone ain't gonna leave that child alone.
Because I'm glad you chose those words for saying what a man is, because oftentimes off the top of the dome, what they think of what a man is masculinity. Like, oh, he's big, he's this loud with his voice, and he's firm, he's bullying people around, all this stuff, and people are scared of him and stuff. But what a man is balanced, when to use words, when not to, when to be kind, when to be helpful, when to be serving unto someone, when to be kind. It's a nice balance, but he also is firm, but not so firm that he's a lion inside of his house. So what people think is lion in his house, like, oh, they're so scared, so you're so scared that you can't get no advice from your wife. I ain't saying that she rule over you, but she told you something that was better than yours, but like, well, I'm the man, you don't need me telling me nothing.
Yeah.
Like, something is wrong with you. If her idea is better, it's better, plain. So I like to use those type of words he's saying it because when you said, I was thinking about, he go home, his daddy slapping his mama around.
Yeah.
Eat playing the PlayStation, eating all that. He leave to go to school. And he come back, his daddy's still on the same couch playing a game, smoking weed, drinking. Mama been at work 16 hours. He don't see mama like that. Mama still come cook, clean, and your dad's a bum. So he go like, man, his daddy well mannered, treat his wife right, eat with the family, talk with him, get to play with his kids, still firm and got law. But the house is structured in the right manner and loving. And over here is just tense, because tense in like frustration can be felt. Just like when you walk inside of a room after someone has got in an argument. They not arguing no more, but you can feel it.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me it can't be felt. You can tell you come in, this mom over here, oh, it's okay, baby, I'm good. Not trying to look at you. He just beat her up. And people really live in all that stuff. Because I live in a household where domestic violence happen. That stuff it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
From father?
Yeah, my father did domestic violence towards my mother. But also my mother's spouses also. Yeah.
Did that impact you in any way? Did that build up a hate for what kind of man you didn't want to be?
Yeah.
at that age?
Yeah, it did. But then another thing, if I'm being honest, another thing that kind of puzzled me is if you're getting beat on, I know they could say different, like, but if you get beat on, what makes a woman stay if you don't have to? Because she wasn't married to my father. And so what makes you stay with men that domestically abuse you, but it was a man that you married? I think he did like one, but like it was like he or whatever. She pretty much, my mama got abused a lot, but you got this one that didn't like that compared to these other, but you choose to be with men that don't compare to your husband. But these men that aren't even close as him, you choose them. And they literally just not it. So it's like, that's the thing, because I also didn't always just look like, oh, whatever. It's also, I also thought like, but you have a choice. I'm not finna sit and stay with a woman that's beating on me. You have a choice to get away. And it's just like I seen it, but when you're around that type of stuff, you get used to it. So somebody say how you feel, like probably initially, but if you just keep saying like, oh, he beat on you and you stay with him. He beat on you, you stay with him. That's normal now. It's crazy. So I'm like, how's that normal? It get normal because your mind will adapt, or you might lose your mind. Keep thinking, why does it keep happening? Life goes on. You keep, oh, she got beat again. Well, she got beat on. Some people will never understand that. That's why you might have a form of PTSD if you grew up in the hood with like chaos stuff, because chaos is the new norm. Is your norm.
Let's talk about
peace is strange.
Let's talk about PTSD.
Yeah.
Do you deal with any PTSD still? Whether it's by thoughts, emotions that you pick up on from those experiences?
I don't really think on those experiences like that.
Yeah.
But the biggest PTSD I could think, if I do have it, is when I seen my papa, like when I went in that room and he was suffocating. That literally scarred me, because this is a piece of that I just got back like part of like last year, of why my mind blocked it out, because it was so painful. Because I had a lot of painful stories. I seen like a dead body in middle school. I was going to go get somebody to go to the bus stop. They had yellow tape, but yellow tape was always around. I went up the steps, somebody was dead. I had to go to school the same day. Almost been stabbed. I've been at parties, been shot up. Seen my uncle having a seizure in front of me.
Now that you say that, I like to imagine how many men your age and over have experienced this, are fathers today, and don't talk about none of it.
Part of life, because they got the thing which they got, which I haven't seen this for someone recently, because what you got as a boy, you know what they tell you to do? Stop crying. You could try to talk about something, you could be venting, just saying what's going on. There's a difference between complaining and just telling what's going on. You can say, oh, you ain't gonna lie, the way that hurt me, but that hurt me. Like, man, stop crying. So as a boy, when you, from young, they equate crying with being a girl. So you're left with two things now. You gonna stop crying, or you gonna think you're a girl if you keep crying. So you're young, stop doing all that crying. You ain't no girl. They might hit you for crying, but you're only 2. You're only 3. So you got to deal with that. So they put you in. So if you for your emotions, they telling you to keep it in. What do you think you're gonna do when you get grown,
brother? So now you got that state. You a father. Let me just say you're a husband. How are you gonna be a husband with that?
You won't be a good one.
That's something.
I don't think you'll be a good one.
Yeah.
You got that, because if you got a good woman, she want to know what's going on with you. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all that. If you got a good woman. So if she's supposed to be your other half, and y'all one flesh, tell them you can't talk to yourself? How did that work? So yeah, that's a messed up thing. And then some people are dealing with that in their marriages probably in turmoil, because a key factor to any relationship is communication and understanding. Because you not communicating, you don't have no understanding, stuff is not going to work. So she always, you got stuff pinned up and you come and have attitude. She's like, what's wrong? Nothing. You're lying. Now everybody gotta suffer because you're mad.
Everybody.
When you'll probably feel better if you let it out.
Right.
If you don't want to let it out to her, you gotta let it out to somebody. Pray.
See, this is why I got inspired. Because I got inspired to be a good brother. Because I realized that. Because I didn't grow up like that, it helps me to see how other people are suffering. And I see that because I talk to them. I'll engage in a conversation and I'll see maybe, hey, there's a lack of eye contact, or there's a lack of, just as a man to man, I'll see why this man got a lack of eye contact, or why this man just at work just cuss all the time. Like
habit.
Like why is it just always that male? And why can't it just be like me? Why can't it just be? It's not feminine. It's being actually a man. Bigger than that.
It's being a man, just like a man that always having disagreement with other men. You gotta fight. Why you gotta belittle each other just to have a disagreement? Well, if you, like, first of all, you're having a disagreement about what pizza is better. How did it escalate this? Now, and don't add a woman into the equation. Now people basically acting like gorillas want to pump their chest, see who tougher. So like, you always have to go to violence. That's boy stuff. You're a man. You don't know how to express your thoughts without putting your hands on somebody. Nah, that's not what you do. Like, they cussing and talking crazy and talking about women, all that other stuff. That's that little boy stuff. Grown men don't talk like that. If you watch how mature old men talk about, if you go to their house, what they talk about, they might talk about a little sport, work, their kids, their wife, their family. And if they believe God, stuff like that. And I know, well, yeah, you know, that girl went, I smashed that. Like, bro, don't nobody want to hear that. I don't care. I don't care.
And it's funny that you say that, because I often find myself talking to men like how I am. I'm just like this. Some men look at me as if I'm weak. I'm weaker than them. And I know this because some men have told me to my face. Like my own earthly father, he had told me that. It wasn't long ago, he had told me. And I talk just like this. But my earthly father grew up so different. He grew up, like I say, in that militant African, where you always had to make something out of nothing. So that stays with a man, that always got to keep moving like that. So here I am sitting down trying to have a down to earth conversation, not trying to shame nobody, nothing. I had asked my dad once. I had asked him, "Can we talk about what happened in the past?" And he had told me, "I gave you a perfect life." I said, "Perfect life?" I said, "Dad, come on now, perfect?" And then I started listing all these things that a child should have never had seen. But to him, it was perfect. And I'm looking at it as a child, I'm like, wow. To him, it's perfect. That's just something.
Yeah, I gotta address the audience on that. Cause me and Knock was talking about this. See, audience, that's why you a parent and your child come to you about what affected them, what was serious to them that you've done, and what you was around to see, and they came to you talk about, and then they come tell you about it now they're adult, and you just want to cast it aside like it doesn't matter. Now, say your relationship break from that. How'd you feel about that? You wouldn't care? Now, let's not forget, if the Lord spare your life, you'll get older. What if they not forgiving? Will you be living with them, or will you be going to a nursing home? Anyway, proceed.
No, that's real though.
That's real. How did it make you feel?
As much as I have forgiveness, thank God, but relationship with father and mother is not the same no more. It completely disassociated everything. Because I can't talk anymore. I just can't talk, can't speak. Yeah, we can have a few words in exchange, you know, how you doing, whatnot, job's doing good, but when it comes to real life things, I can't get you an understanding. If I can't get you an understanding, then there's nothing we could talk about, you know? And it's something that I've had to understand, because you asked me how it made me feel, but it's something that I've had to understand is in men. And it takes the ability to lose that pride, to no longer be like that.
It's crazy how we start stepping on vulnerability of a man.
Yeah.
It's get away or insult.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can touch something like, I don't think you should do that. Bro, I know you ain't talking. Look what happened to you. I'm just telling you the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got to get insulted because I touched a soft spot. I wonder did that happen when you was having that discussion with your father. He just wasn't showing it, and then you touched on that. You're like, I did all this for you. Why are you talking about this? It's a vulnerable spot. Because people got with the bold exterior, people know what they done. Even they try to play dizzy. Mm-hmm. For those that don't know what dizzy mean, it means play slow. If you don't know what that means, it means play dumb.
I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, if you really think about coming with dizzy, discombobulated. That's how you're trying to act. They try to act dizzy. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm spinning. No, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, now you know. I'm gonna start trying to do that thing. Like, though, if I'm throwing lingo, I'm gonna try to explain it. Cause
that's good, man.
My lingo depth you pretty deep. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I do be wondering because that's not just your father. Men do that typically. If you watch that. Say you try to tell a man about something, you can tell him in fact, really just trying to help him. Watch how it go. May want to insult, be offended, be defensive, get annoyed. You could be trying to help him. Man, you don't know me. You know, when somebody real offended, they go to is, you don't know me. Man, you don't even know me. You know the bro for like 5 years, now you don't know you. Mm-hmm. That's pretty common, but hearing that, I know that was crazy because I heard from my mother before. Just because me serving the Lord, I heard her say something like on the lines like, "Oh yeah, you're not like my son no more." I'm like, "What?" Mm-hmm. I was getting persecuted just for serving the Lord. Mm-hmm. Literally all kind of stuff going on, which is many people's testimony. So I know what it's like to get that now. I can say with my mom, when I bring some up from the past, she don't try to necessarily say she don't say she gave us a great life. She tried to say she did her best. And the way she put it, make sure she made it plain, was her best might not be up to what the best was, but it was her best. Mm-hmm. Because if someone's capacity is here and they reach that, that's their best.
Yeah.
So I understood what she meant. Cause like, yeah, it was your best, but it still wasn't good. Mm. Which they only can give you what they got. Can't get a quarter if they only give you a penny. Mm-hmm.
I had to realize that too. That I understood what my father meant when he said perfect. Cause I thank God that I had a father to teach me ways. How I am today is because of him. I was able to watch him publicly speak to people, interact with people. And that's how I had to trace back how I grew up to now kind of remember, you know what, my father did teach me some good stuff. But for a man that is directly linked to you, that literally put forth for you to come out, meaning he's your direct source of an influence, your father, to think that everything he gave you was perfect, knowing that there were so many things that a child should not have seen, then that loses a lot of things to talk about. It loses a lot of connection. Now, thank God I'm here with a sober mind, and my experiences have taught me well to know how to be a man. But think of all the other young men that their father have told them, I gave you everything. I gave you everything. And to them, they're like, everything? I didn't even have a bed to sleep on. Well, I still give you something to sleep on. Just imagine that. Now let that 13, 14, 16-year-old grow up like that. Well, now he has to find another source of influence. That's going to be another man. Because it can't be his dad no more. Because his dad already set him a limit. So now he has to find another source of influence.
Especially if they got a bed.
Exactly.
Like, don't you think that I should have the bed and you don't?
Exactly.
You would think. You would think, but I've seen that many times to where they will give them stuff more. I get if you go through struggles. I'm not saying that. If you're trying your best and you really are, that's one thing. Because I'm appreciative for if you're trying your best, I'm very appreciative. I was a very understanding child. For example, got financial troubles, which we're in this financial troubles due to your laziness, not because something just fell upon us. You sell the TVs, right? Our TV, maybe the living room TV got one, or maybe not the living room TV. Why do you still have a TV? Some people was backwards. So you have a bed, but we don't have beds. But we the children. Shouldn't you be sleeping on the floor and we have beds? If it's food, if we limited on food, should we eat and you starve? That's how it's supposed to go, you would think, right? But some people not like that, like, oh, well, work out a bed. Well, keep working and get you a bed and give us this one. That's how it's supposed to go. You give what you got to them because they didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask. You did what you did, now they here. Now take care of it. So when you said, I'm like, you ain't got no bed. But then you see them sleeping comfortable.
And that statement you said, they didn't ask to be here, it's so iffy because if you say that to a parent, well, I didn't ask to be here. Okay, well, look at you today, though. Aren't you successful? You can't even.
Really, with a parent, they always want to throw something at you. If
Yeah.
they're not trying to, if they listening to respond, they're not really gonna get it. All they literally let you get it out, maybe not even get it all the way out, but they already got something to rebuttal. That's pride. If somebody talking, you always thinking, I gotta say something. I'm gonna have the last word. That's pride.
And that pride kills, man.
It's destruction. It's gonna be
That
somebody's
pride
destruction.
kills.
That's what I said. Everybody's not forgiven. The Lord spare your life. You'll get old. Where you going?
Sorry.
You be laying in that bed for 3 days straight. Ain't seen a human yet.
It's true.
Body hurting. They don't even give you a bath. They just wipe you down with a baby wipe. And then you gonna be thinking, I should have took care of my kids, man. Because every kid is not forgiven.
Yeah, man.
They will let you sitting there and they're not visiting you. They're not bringing nothing. You ain't seen no grandkids. People will get grown and leave you. I think parents be forgetting that. If you get old, who's gonna take care of you? Oh, my kids is. Your kids hate you. Are you in denial? Like, my kids love me. No, they don't. They just stand this because they wait until they're 18 and get up out of here. Some of them gonna try to get emancipated. Life is real. I was thinking about them when I was young.
Yeah.
I was thinking about them like, I wonder, do parents even think like, do you know you're gonna get old eventually? I was thinking about this young.
I didn't even think
Do you
about
know
that.
like you're gonna like that's on y'all think that, and then they like when you old, they gonna let you ride. They gonna remember that. Everybody's not forgiven, and don't try to. Well, they should take care of me. You should have take care of them. Now's your time to handle what you gotta handle and suffer. Your end gonna be worse than when they was suffering probably because you're old. You let the life, all that stuff you did, your body hurting. Cause them, they deal with that and they get stronger by age. You're declining.
Yeah.
It might be worse.
And I think to myself, man, I can't even feel bad. I can't feel bad. You know how much of a privilege it is for parents, my parents, to have lived twice as long as me? That's a privilege. I say it's a privilege because you know how much wisdom you could have spent your time learning to be now 50, 60, 40, to be able to guide people. You mean to tell me you are 50 something and out of all the wisdom you should have spent time learning, there's barely a drop that I can receive now? How is that supposed to make sense? That doesn't make sense. Can't feel bad. I just can't have remorse because you've had the privilege already of your life being spared. You have breath, 50 years of wisdom that you should have been searching for to be able to guide not just your children, but be able to be stable enough to guide not just yourself and your children, but other people too. Because there's other people that need help around the world. And you mean to tell me your wisdom can't help children, your children that you made, and it can help others? It can't help others?
That's why it don't matter always
Then
by
what was the
age.
privilege for? Fun? A lot of people take it for fun, I guess.
That's why age don't always mean you wise too, because you can, myself, like, I know people that's older than me. I'm not boasting, these are facts, but they not more wise than I am. And they older than me. But I just learn to let people talk sometimes. Like, I don't be trying to, I just let you talk, and I know I'm not listening to none of this. Or I just try to overrule, and then sometimes they get offended because what you talking about is right. They probably don't expect it to come from a young man. But internally, I'm old. I'm like, I don't act like a regular 25-year-old. I don't. I got 2 kids. I had to grow up. I got responsibilities. And I was also taking care of my sisters at a young age. Like, I learned how to cook at like, was it 5 or 7? When I learned how 5. I'm talking about cook. If I'm not mistaken, like, I know how to cook like a full course meal. I learned how to cook young. Know how to watch the house. Know not to answer the door for strangers. Walking to the bus stop by myself. Playing outside. Walking miles away. To play. Coming back. Knowing how to I'm not gonna say pay bills at young, but even in my elementary days, I know how to pay bills. I know how to pay bills, spend money, what to do, and all stuff. How to write a check. I know how to write a check young. I think I learned how to write in cursive young. It's like some stuff I was fast track developed. I had a phone. I was that responsible. I have a phone. So I had a key already to get in the door, answer the phone. I think I touched on it last video. My pawpaw, he was disabled due to he like not be able to walk or talk, but yet in the midst of that, I still had an understanding of him. I understood what he was saying, so I spent a lot of time with him so people could understand what he's saying. And he was married to my grandma, and she still didn't understand him. That was our bond because I pay attention to detail. And with that, also, why I truly do believe communication isn't so limited to what some may believe, because communication people may do is body language, eye contact, tone, and vocal. But when someone got to speak, like their speech is messed up from a stroke, you gotta have a deep connection. Understand. You really have to study the person. What are their habits? What do you think they want? You also gotta do like the guessing thing, like the options. Give them options. Is this what you want? Is this what you want? Is it what you don't? It's kind of reverting back to what you do to a baby when they're not good at talking. Like, do you want the cup? Do you want that? You kind of doing that with him now because his stuff revert. And the thing is, you can see the frustration on him because you know it's in his mind, but he can't get it out. It's like he gets here and gets stuck. You can see the frustration because you can see him. He can't get it out. And the relief he got when I'm around, because, oh, you want this? Yeah, he nodding stuff. Because I got me is, you can see him get frustrated. They not even in the ballpark. Is this? He just getting more frustrated, more and more frustrated. They don't understand him. So I love the game my pop and relief.
See, this is why I make it my business to hope I never lose this wisdom and this conduct, I guess, that I have about me. I pray I never lose it, and I pray I actually improve it, and I pray it keeps going far.
Limitless.
A lot of men might look at it as, like I mentioned earlier, weakness, or a lot of men, when they have a conversation with me,
it's not weakness though. You're just humble.
A lot think that I'm trying to be better than them. And I'm like, why? I don't know why. I mean, I know why, because it might look like it, but it's not. Everything you just explained to me about the conscience you had as a child, and now that you have now, not only is it helping you, but like I always say, it's going to help someone else. That's one of the most important things in life. That's why I love politics, because with politics, you don't do it for yourself, you do it for other people. You want to help those that are being persecuted, those that are facing injustice, those that are being put as little compared to other people, other ethnicities, other cultures, whatever. It saves lives, man. it really saves lives.
So
So
we
people might look at me and think he's trying to be better than me, like my earthly father. You know, think I'm trying to be better than.
But don't usually a father or a mother want their child to be better than them? Typically. And I want my kids to be better than me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a kind of strange dilemma.
Yeah.
But another thing I want to kind of take a turn from that is, said, I see you touching on the politics a lot. So one thing I want to touch on is, okay, that's typically people go into politics because to do for others. But why is oftentimes where they selling the people a dream? Do you know what I mean?
Explain.
Selling people a dream is you pretty much selling them lies.
It's like a sales pitch.
Yeah, like a sales pitch. Pretty much like a dude running game on a woman.
Yeah.
Telling her what she wants to hear, but he not gonna do none of it. So you got sold a dream. So politicians oftentimes when they trying to get in office, elected, whatever the things, I don't know necessarily too much about it. They selling a dream to the people. It's like a cycle. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get this done. We're gonna need this. This is why, because they try to get people all emotions in there, uproar. I don't know, but I have a fairly understanding of how people are based, tones and body language, and when it's not real. Like I can pick up on that pretty quick. They do that, and then they get in office. You can see the shift. 'Cause I remember I was watching this thing about I don't remember the woman's name. It's about a dude that got falsely accused about a murder, and it was showing like these politicians, people he ended up getting off, but it was showing like these politicians, people, and they were trying to get office, and they sales pitch one rising up because I did this, I did this log in the attorney office, I did this, so I'm hard on this, all stuff doing that, and then he was on his way to about to potentially get released from this. He did time for a murder he didn't do. He's about to get released, and at the time before she got elected in, her tone was a different way. After elected in, when she got asked a question about it, it's like you got a whole different person. Oh well, I'm just gonna. Cause before now, I think it was some lines like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna check the decision and all type of stuff to make sure this and that." She get in office. Oh, we're gonna respect their decision. What happened to
That's sad.
What happened to how you was before you got elected?
Yeah.
That's typical like that. People so dream. We got this and this, this and this, and it's crazy. We'll go back to like you say about the racism. I learned recently about how what the war was. I forgot what exactly the war is, but the Japanese, it was Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor happened, and people was getting into similar type of camps of Japanese Americans, and most of them was actually American citizens. They was put into these camps. So they got put into these camps. Like they just get snatched at to sell their possessions for little amounts of money. They get put into these camps. Japanese people was getting pulled out of their homes and having to sell what they own to get put into these camps. The point is why I'm touching that is they got reparations.
In Hawaii?
No, the Japanese people got that people that was their families, whatever, or whoever was lineage. You know they probably do it for families down the line. They got reparations for it.
Okay.
Why black people didn't get reparations?
You know, I was thinking the same thing. Somebody asked me recently, do you think black folks should get reparations? Somebody asked me. It's a brother or sister.
I don't think they will.
And I said, why not?
They won't.
And
because they did that in a shorter span. They got theirs before that, but the slavery happened way before that.
Yeah.
So how they get their reparations for us?
You got a good point. And I made this.
I want to say something.
Say something.
So y'all know how like black people enslaved black people first.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they bought us black people from other black people. So I get the whole reparations or whatever, but it's like don't forget that though. Like I don't want people to forget that point at all. That those individuals feel like they was able to buy other Africans from other Africans, like y'all betrayed yourselves in a way.
I think it was something about like the slave coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the whole like get reparations and everything, I mean like I get how that could be a thing that you wanted, but don't forget how it all came about.
But it's also, the reason why I'm saying also because their brutality. Who's to say that they was getting that same type of brutality when they was under? Cause over here you getting like beat.
They were like, you already know that it was unequal because like if you were already like labeled as slave, you're already getting treated like you're a peasant.
Not all the time.
Depends.
You're a slave.
No,
like
no,
it's
not
not
all
like
the time,
you're a
because-
worker, they're
because
not paying you.
Sometimes being a slave is only for a period of time.
But still, do you think that they were treating, like Africans were treating other African slaves with kindness and giving them the rights and none of that? Because if you would sell other Africans to these foreign people, you don't care about them?
Slaves was common in history in general though.
Yeah, but I know we speaking on the like getting the reparations and everything like that.
No, I'm just saying like just because you was a slave don't mean you was treated with like such indecency how they was treated over here. Because you got a slave and doesn't mean that you're a servant. Like you listen to the commands they're telling you, keep in the house, you're doing this, you're doing that type of stuff. That don't mean that they're literally belittling you, beating you, taking your kids, hanging you, doing all this extra stuff. That don't mean they're doing that. Cause in some cases they buy, oh, this slave is bad. They just sell you away. They don't want you no more. Like this slave, what's wrong with the slave? That's why I say they don't always go to that because people are a slave and they think all the way to the extreme, but it's not always that case. It's because people could buy slave as a worker.
But why are you labeled slave and not like?
That's just the work choice. Because if you rich in the back of the times, who gonna do all this with the field work and clean the house and you rich and you gotta take care of this kingdom you got? You buy slaves. You have war, you take some of their people, now they're your slaves.
Or there's a form of slaves called slaves because of debt.
Because of what?
Debt that they have to pay back.
Debt that they gotta pay back.
So they'll be a slave for X amount of time to pay back that debt.
Like in certain parts of Asia, India, there's a lot of them.
See,
Now,
that's
there's-
why I say it's wide.
There's stories that they are being kept slaves, yes.
Due to debt that they owe.
There's many stories where it's being done in wrongfully, where they're being kept as slaves and kept to labor, kept to do a lot of
Thank you
labor,
for
like as we speak right now. There's a lot of
Excellent.
stories right now. But speaking on the reparation, that was a great point that you made. Okay, watch this because I traveled to New Zealand this year actually. I traveled to New Zealand twice. When I was in New Zealand, the people that were already in New Zealand, they're called Maori, which Polynesians are a South Pacific people. Those entire islands, Fiji, Tonga, Samoa, and I got to learn so much there. So the people that were already on the island of New Zealand, the Maori, before which I think are the British or Australian, either one of them, and somebody's gonna correct me, but they came, conquered it. However, when I go back to New Zealand now, there's grants for those people that are the minority now. Because as you know, the minority, just like here in America, they're always going to be subject to poor education, for everything. But when I go to New Zealand, there's grants for university for that specific group of people. There's acreage of land given to them. Because I asked a good sister that's Samoan, and she told me that they actually gave them acreage. And I'm like, what? Imagine giving black folks acreage here in America. You don't hear about that.
Got wick though.
But you're talking about a massive slave trade. You're talking about a massive slave trade for the African American people coming from Africa or Nigeria or all these different places to the States. You're talking about a massive slave trade that involved Europe too. But when I go to New Zealand, they're given acreage of land and everybody's living peacefully. There's some stories, of course, minority, because they're always going to want their land back. What you do, you're always going to want their land back. But when I can go to a different country and I see that and I come back to the States and I see literally a class division that's never changed and never going to change, go ahead.
Up to 40 acres and a mule.
I have something else to
I don't
say.
even know about that. Is that promise?
Because like you know how Hold on, I kind of lost train of thought. I was thinking about so much when you was talking. What was the last thing you had said?
You mentioned, or I mentioned about the New Zealand, the difference between New Zealand and how the
Oh yeah, about the reparations. So the reason why I feel like they won't uh, give like African Americans like the reparations because it's a business involved in it. Like whenever they keep like the Black Americans poor, they really make money off of it due to like the prison systems and all of that. Like when you keep, the poor, the rich get richer. Like Pastor Gino was saying, how the prison systems is privatized and they can get $300 a day off of these prisoners. And who's the most like the greatest race in the prison systems is minorities. And so I feel like they were like, why would we give Black Americans reparations? Then they won't need us. They won't need us for SNAP benefits. They won't need us for welfare. They won't need us for any of this. And then if that happens, then our families will be better. The man will be back in the household. It'll be 2 household marriages. Once you bring that man back into the Black household, it's over with after that. So I think that's why they're like, no, we're making so much money off minorities being in jail.
It's probably for the new term, but I have to say it. It's crazy how, in some cases, all Caucasian people are racist. It's crazy how some Caucasians don't want you to be in a certain position and look at a certain flaw, he can't do that, or they want you to do that, or they got that type of law, he shouldn't do that, but it'd be the same racist people cheering for a predominantly Black team on TV. Watching them, you can dribble and watch and cheer, and they can throw a jersey on it. Like to see you running up and down the court, running up and down the field. But if he your boss, now it's an issue. Mm-hmm. Now he's well-educated, outspoken, and bold. He needs to die because he's too outspoken. But if he's talking about how many points he scored, how many assists he's had, wonderful. If he's talking about how many females he can hit, or rap about how many baby mamas he got, how many people he done whacked, go ahead. Oh, that's good, that's good. We get into the CO territory and all that stuff. Let's tear the nigga down. You know I'm bold. Let's get it down. That they really mad. Let's tear the nigger down. The ER is for hate, the real hatred on it.
So then, just like what she said, we go back to the same thing. The perfectly set up class division. Don't want to change it. The government don't want to change it, which is sad. It's sad because the whole world sees it. The whole world is watching. The whole world is laughing at the States. There's places that are... When I went to New Zealand, I was talking to this guy from India, and he went to New Zealand. And he told me, I'd never go to the States, I get shot. You know how embarrassing that is? That's embarrassing. There's people that I've spoken to people in different countries that never want to touch the States. And there's a lot of people that migrate there for better opportunities, which there are, if they're brave. Because if you go to the States, you're bound to suffer. I know there's other countries where they're...
Especially if you're trying to get your citizenship, especially in these times.
Mm-hmm.
It's ugly.
I'm a first generation from 2 parents that immigrated in this country. I'm suffering. Well, mainly because they did what they wanted to do in terms of setting their foundation, not as the best that they should have done for their children. But what I mean by suffering is I work in corporate. I'm trying to move up from being a support engineer to a manager. Somebody say, how's that process going? Well, I'm still a support engineer. But I keep talking to my manager about it. How long that gonna take? So when I pick up a camera and I pick up photography, I have way more joy doing that. Instead of waiting patiently from kind words from my manager about, we'll help you get there, we'll help you get there, we'll help you get there.
The corporate talk.
How long? 10 years? When my mindset and my level and my skills have already improved to show you that they're already there. What, you're gonna hire externally? So when I can pick up a camera and I can provide services that people need without judgment, without the, I can get declined and that's perfectly fine because there's other people that are gonna need this. Man, when I started to pick that up, well, that was a business for me. That was a business for me.
Is that why you said that? Is that also tied to, I know you like what you do on YouTube. Did that also tie into why sometimes you rather just do that and sometimes you just don't want to go to work? You rather do what you want to do with your photography, your videography?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I don't want to go to work.
Man.
I have way more enjoyment picking up my camera because I can be myself.
You're free.
I'm free. Not just with time, but with my imagination.
You can, it's this open canvas. The world is yours.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it's a larger impact that you have on other people compared to working for a company that's already a top 500. They've already gotten there.
And you're a number.
You're just floating.
You don't want to do it, somebody else will. You can pay them less.
Yeah, I thank God for the job, but reality is you're just floating. They keep going higher in revenue, but your annual increase is
50 cents.
Less than 3%.
Uncle Sam, take that.
In some scenarios. Some are more blessed than others, but this is the majority that I'm talking about. The majority of parents that have 4 children, 3 children, 5 kids.
It's hard to make it.
But yet, let's make America great again. And yet, the American dream, where is it at?
You know,
and the interest rate on top of that is dropping.
The American dream is just that. In your dreams.
Mm-hmm. It just stays there. Dreams and it just stays there.
Dreams and nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You said the 40 acres and a mule?
Yeah, I don't know too much
that?
about it, but if I'm not mistaken, I think what they were trying to promise people, but they never gave it. Never gave it. You're supposed to got 40 acres and a
Black
mule.
folks?
Yeah, never got it. But the Japanese got reparations for them.
Yeah. Acres and a mule.
Yeah, so
this thing is just planned out, bro. It's going exactly how.
So that's why when you asked about their reparations, that's what I said no, because they've been brought up before, and anybody got a penny. While we only got WIC and food stamps.
You know, I went to Louisiana. I was looking at slave mansions to go take a tour at. One of them was a hotel. And I was looking at the positive side of it. Oh, it's generating income. But then I went on the website and it was photos of just not black folks advertising the hotels, which was a slave mansion made into a hotel that generates income and revenue. And I was thinking, okay, let me give benefit of the doubt. Where do you think that income and revenue is going to? It was a slave mansion, okay. Now what? It's a hotel, okay. Who's getting the revenue? If I give the benefit of the doubt.
Where was it going to?
I don't know. I didn't even take a look into it.
I'm waiting for that.
I'm
Gonna
sorry.
tell me.
I didn't even take a look into it, but I'm
Okay,
okay.
I'm gonna tell me.
I'm looking at the concept of. First of all, I couldn't believe that a hotel was made out of a slave mansion,
The mansion was huge.
and that kind of shocked me.
When did they build it? Like, do it actually still like a mansion, or like they tear it down and build it into a hotel?
Just renovated it into a hotel. You can sleep in
Dang,
it.
how big was it? It was huge.
It's pretty huge, yeah.
I've been thinking about the spirit. You know, people died in there. They killed slaves in there.
I'm thinking,
I don't even want to sleep in there.
yeah.
There's just too many spirits.
I'm thinking the audacity, though. I'm just thinking the audacity. That could be a home now. That could be a home to a whole family, community of black folks. But instead, it's a hotel. So no reparations, just food stamps, EBT,
WIC
WIC,
and government cheese.
and government cheese. I learned about.
And Jehovah Witness knocking on your door when you eating bacon and eggs. Over here, do you know Christ? Get off my front. I can't say front porch because I live in apartments. Get out my front before you end up missing. Like what? Do you know Christ? Close the door.
I learned about the HBCUs.
They're pretty much, some of them now just became party halls. Cause I know in Oklahoma we got Langston. That's just a party school. It's not. It is what it is. It's like, then like black people don't make stuff easy for themselves in some cases. I'm not talking about all, but like how some conduct themselves. Why are you making this stereotype real? You don't know how to act. You want to be ignorant, belligerent. You just doing all this dumb stuff, and then you want to wonder why they doing this like this? You're ignorant. And then just because someone's white, they don't like your character, don't mean they're racist. They just don't like you. Like somebody has to like you because so now people supposed to be scared because they're Caucasian, like, I can't tell a black girl or black woman, man, I don't like him because they're going to call me racist. You're not racist because you don't like their character. What if I don't like them? I ain't racist and they black. If I don't like you, I'm not going to say they're going to think I'm racist. I don't care if you think I'm racist. I know I'm not. I was telling Naka about that already. I learned how to shoot my first gun from a racist white man. He was racist too. But somehow I found favor in his sight. Went to the gun range. He let me shoot his gun. Everybody was in the stores looking at me look crazy though. Because he looked like Teddy Roosevelt, the president. He had that thick mustache, balding, with the hair kind of round. His name was Lloyd. I worked at Crest Foods with him. Lloyd, if you see this, if you're alive, what up? But yeah, he took me, picked me up in a blue Camaro. He came into the hood. He picked me up. He had his guns on the front. He's all just put in your lap side the guns. He showed me about the bullets and all this other stuff. I learned about that ahead of time because I was thinking about guns and all that stuff. He rolled out these type of guns you get, stay away from these type of guns. He wrote on a cardboard, gave me to the list, picked me up, took me to the gun range. And white man was in there still looking at me like crazy because who am I? With like, I think I like a box haircut, nice haircut. And I'm walking around with a man that potentially look like you're racist. But they was just like so quiet. Like they answering his question, but in the back of them, they got this look on their face like, what is going on here? Like, it's no comparison. Not like I'm light, so maybe all this could be his grandson. I'm brown, and he's pale. They're like, I don't know. I don't see no comparison here. So, not only did he take me to gun range, he'll watching me shoot. So I got all his guns in front of me. They loaded, teaching me how to shoot. Yeah, so that's a strange thing. Learned how to shoot a gun from a racist white man.
How old were you?
Probably about, it was like 17 to 19 or something. Yeah, I'm forgetting his name was Lloyd.
Wow. Shooting a gun. I've never had no weapons in my life, man.
Well, the first time I had a gun, I think it was before middle school. My daddy told me to get the gun out the room. It was the counter of the fridge, so I held a gun very young. It was heavy.
You just gave it to him?
Yeah, he told me to get it for him.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed the gun and gave it to him.
Did he tell you anything after that?
No, he said, get my gun. I already knew what he was talking about.
He didn't say, don't you ever touch this?
No, he told me to give it to him.
Well, I mean, he didn't give you no advice when you get older. Don't you ever get one too? Or
Nah, he didn't say that.
No?
Nah.
He just said, go get my gun.
Yeah, he said, go get my gun. I gave it to him. I think we was at a girl house. He was messing with a girl. They was on the couch. He was like, go get my gun. I think we was about to leave.
You said 12? You were about 12?
No, I was like below like middle school, I believe. Cause my daddy was in my life. If it was that, it had to be in elementary because he abandoned like when I was like 7, 6. So I was young.
Yeah.
I had to be like 6, 5 maybe. So I already held a gun very young.
Wow.
I wasn't scared though. But I knew not to pull it. Cause I knew that's how you do it. Cause I play with cap guns. So I loved guns when I was a little boy. Cause we get the cap guns and got the little smoke. I was like, pop, pop, pop. A lot of guns, so yeah, that's why. That's common. People like being around stuff like I've been around drugs, partying, rap music. They said party while they kids was in the house. I've been around all kind of stuff, drug dealing.
Family members mostly?
Yeah, fiends, pretty much prostitutes. I've been through all that.
They still around today?
The fiends?
Many of them?
I know,
that you
I know,
saw?
I know some fiends that's still alive. One of the fiends in jail. Well, ex-fiends. He might still be fiending. He in jail. The other one, she don't know. I've been knowing others to be on drugs my whole life, pretty much.
When your father left, did he ever apologize?
Is that a joke?
No, for real. Seriously.
No, I'm just making a joke, but no, he didn't apologize. Last time I seen him, in a polite way, I wasn't even trying to gas him. I was talking to my mom about something because my mama likes to project. If you present her somebody else in the room and she know they doing something and she know how I feel about them, she'll try to bring them into it. I was talking to her about how she was feeling herself so bad about her parenting and stuff when she wasn't a good parent. And she tried to bring my daddy into it. And you know I'm bold. My daddy's a big man. He like 6 foot and about 220. He's way bigger than me. And she's like, what about your daddy, whatever? I said, he was a deadbeat. He was in there. I wasn't that far from him. I sat there and said, I'm not talking about, I said, he was a deadbeat. Now back to you. He didn't say a word. And my sister told me, the way before I was there, he was very talkative. When I got in the house, wasn't talking. Why was that? I don't know. My sister say, what did you tell me?
I say because he actually had to face a man that he didn't raise.
Yeah, because I only seen that. So to me, he's not acting weird. This is how he been. So God maybe not talk like that. He's like, no, he didn't. He wasn't acting like that. Before you got there, he was talking, joking, doing all that. You got here, wasn't talking. I think my mama pointed about that before, but I didn't get it. This is my first time seeing him. This is not too long ago. I see my dad in the most, it's not even calculated. I see him in a very weird stance. That's not the last time I seen him. I wasn't like 7. You'll see him, it's not even calculated. You'll see him at 7. You mess around, see him at 10. It probably like a bunch of times back to back or once. It's like, it's not even calculated. You see him probably once at 10, don't see him again to the next year. See him 3 times that year. The year after that, you probably see him at 14. You seen him 5 days in a row. Like it's all over the place. So you don't know when you'll see your daddy. So then this one, like, you know, somebody got a hold, my mama's house. And that's how I seen him. And so, no, he didn't apologize. I just brought that up to say that last time I really seen him, he knows that I know he's a deadbeat. I ain't mad at him though.
So how did you come to the point of figuring out how to communicate as a man? Losing, if you had any certain aspects of pride as a man, even though you didn't have your dad to show you that.
You mean communicating in general? We're talking about like, is it a specific thing? In general?
About how you feel, about...
Oh, the faith.
Yeah.
I was very arrogant and prideful. Might not look like it, but my sister's a witness. I was very prideful, arrogant, conceited, high-minded. I definitely expressed myself. I ruined a lot of relationships because of pride. Because me, even if I was wrong, I'm standing on what I said. That's how I used to be.
And relationships even between men?
Oh, yeah. Because as a man, like, you gotta came back down. Because, like, it's about that pride. That's why I understand it. When they talk about that, like, you gotta, like, make it a thing. Like, even if you're wrong, you don't, oh, my bad, bro, I'm wrong. Man, you soft. You gonna tell him you wrong like that? You supposed to stand on it, even if you is wrong. Like, you can say something like, no, bro, you wrong about that. And what you gonna do about it? That's how it go. So, being a man breeds pride when you...
That character, a man with that character also treat women the same way?
I treated women the worst.
Yeah.
Because that's how I was taught. You're not... Loving a woman was lame. Like, being loving, like, oh, I love my girl, I'm gonna treat right by her right. I'm just gonna do this, doing right by her. Like, bro, you always talking about that lovey-dovey stuff, bro. Ain't nobody worry about that B word. They'll say about your girl. And if you try to defend her, you're gonna get gassed. Even worse, they're like, look at him. Over so sensitive about his B word. That's how it is. Like, it does breed you to care about and view the thing the way they want to view it, how your surroundings is. People wasn't loving, like, over here, yeah, bro, I'm gonna do right with my girl. Don't nobody want to hear that. They wasn't trying to hear that. They want to hear, yeah, I got a girl, but I got this many girls I'm trying to mess with. I got this one, all stuff. Being a hoe as a man was glorified, but being a faithful man was lame. Saying I love my girl, I'm gonna do right by her was lame, but saying I don't care about how my girl feel, I'm gonna be a dog was glorified.
How did you get past that raising girls now?
The faith.
Yeah.
It's only how God, because I wasn't. I wouldn't like that 'cause I was a player.
Uh,
I was good at it too. I was good at it. So yeah, I was a player, and then but on the back end, I got tired of it. I'm like grabbing girls. Like I'm not finna sit here and be running women. I got daughters. I don't even want them to see that and they think that's acceptable. Because I'm not. Oh yeah, you don't be like this towards no men. Don't let no man play with you and respect yourself. And they tell me, but daddy, I see you run women. What am I supposed to say? I don't want to be that parent when my kid can throw something in my face. I don't. Because I know how it is, because now my mama is reaping what she's owed. Everything she thought was ignored, and some stuff we didn't even address to her. You said this. Why this happened? You don't want that.
wow, that's
So me having women, and also went to clean up my act on certain things because I'm the first man they love. So I knew that very early on. So I started cleaning my act. Knowing I had a daughter, I cleaned up my act. I tried to clean my act fairly to what I knew, fairly right, because being a deadbeat wasn't an option. I knew I was going to be in my kid's life, as long as I got breath in my body.
the kind of father you are now. Do you think there's some men that look at it as you being a weaker man, interacting with your daughters the way you do, or teaching your daughters the way you do?
No, I think the disciplines, even how women treat their sons, it goes different when we go to the opposite gender with the man. Because even a man that is super masculine for the most part, unless they did something wrong with them, typically are softer with their daughters. He could be the biggest gangster, but you see him with his daughter, you wouldn't even see the difference. He probably act like that outside, but it's your daughter. Like you can be tough all you want, but to get that daughter, it's like a video. I'm not gonna say rapper. I seen it like a video game coordinates waking up in the day. Guess where his daughter was? In the bed next to him, sleep. And girls do it to you. That's your daughter. Like they just bring it out of you. Cause I was cold hearted. My heart started warming up when I had my first daughter. John can bear witness. Cause before I got to the faith, it started breaking having daughters. Because I didn't care about nothing. But my heart had to change because I knew I can't act a certain way. I have a daughter. They know, oh yeah, do all that stuff. And she love and want to hug and be all lovey-dovey. I can't push her off of me. She a girl. Because my daughter, Chanel, my oldest, it was time to go to bed. Sometimes I wasn't even sleepy. She'd be like, Daddy, I'm sleepy. I'm like thinking like, okay. That girl grab my hand, we get in that bed. And I'm just going to wait till she go to sleep, get out. Man, I'll be asleep. It's like stuff with daughter, like, Daddy, this, and I'm over here, yeah, playing with her and holding, like, I adore my daughter. It's like, it brings something out of me. I'm a loving daddy. I kiss my kids, play with them, joke with them. Still firm, but I'm a loving father.
Aside from the faith, did your daughters also, I know you probably already mentioned this, but did your daughters also give you a different perspective on how to treat women?
Oh, yeah. Also, I see similarities from how older women act. It's the same things I can see in my children. They're younger. It's some stuff that's already in them. Like if they're not mature enough, like that competitiveness, how women is comparing like, oh, I'm this and that. I see that in my daughters. Trying to compare and compete. My oldest daughter already be doing that. Is this like, you see certain things that how women, you can see like literally the habits from a little girl and see how adult women act. It's the same thing. Then on top of that, I'm the only boy in my household. I got two sisters and a mama. I've been around girls my whole life. So I got a different perspective on certain things. Like I got aunties. And then one thing, when I was growing up, people always confided in me about stuff. And I'm young, they confided in me about stuff that they would talk to adults. And I told me like, yeah, do you want macaroni and cheese? No. They telling me, yeah, Bobby, he cheated on me. They're talking about deep stuff. I'm just listening. So that's how I learned more about like, cause they're venting to me and I'm the boy. You're older than me. What are you venting to me for? What do I know? So just learning from all them different areas of type of women, from my auntie, from my grandma, from my mama, from my daughters, from my sisters, from friends that were girls, from people's lives, maybe on TV. I just take it in, and a lot of it goes down to how are you raised?
This is a good point to bring up because as you know, there's not going to be another generation without the woman.
No, it's
And
impossible.
I look at the woman as important. You know, there's some societies that are built off of a male society. And here in America, it's actually, when I say that, I talk about, for example, Afghanistan. They've built a male society where the women is restricted in a lot of different things. Go outside, go to the grocery store. Here in America, everything's wild and free. But yet, wild and free, but still using the woman the same way as, because some might look at Afghanistan and think, oh, they're persecuting women. They're, which in some circumstances, they're restricting women from doing a lot of things that they shouldn't. But I look at America where there's the freedom, but yet this country is doing the same thing in different manners. You can open up your phone on Instagram for 1 second, and you're going to see companies use women for an entire scroll
To market toward you. 'Cause that's how the
It's
beauty.
there's literally, the comparison is literally the same. Just one makes it look more free because you get paid and you get money. It's literally the same.
You want to look prettier? Buy this makeup. Look at this pretty half naked woman. Don't you want to look like her? See the hair blowing in the wind. Don't you want to be like her? You want this perfume? Don't you want to be like her? A lot of times when they marketing, even like I think it was Carl Jr. when they got the slow motion, they got a woman biting a burger, not a man. They got it's a woman. They use a woman a lot for marketing because women look at other women and compare themselves, and then men desire women, so they use that for marketing. So marketing a woman is a great tool for businesses, especially with the beauty thing, because beauty industry is like extremely high. So they're gonna put on her woman that got makeup on, fairly beautiful, probably lighter in pigment. This all type of stuff. Buy this makeup, buy this, buy that. They got, of course, what it meant. Like, oh yeah, you one of look like this. They probably gonna have it. Where's a dude and got girls around them and stuff like that. It's America. And then don't forget about the clothing. And when they marking that, clothes gonna be super small. You even see that stuff. You walking in Walmart, skin showing. Summertime. Short. Don't even call them shirts no more. They're basically panties.
And I bring up this topic because a lot of people don't even realize it, that the society is made almost like a slave society. The same way that people might think, oh, those countries are poor. Oh, Afghanistan, they're putting down the women. Come back to the States and other developed countries and they're doing the same thing, but people don't notice it. But when you look at the statistics and you do a poll, I remember I did this poll. You do a poll of how many women are getting pregnant out of wedlock. I think that's how you call it.
America's winning.
You know who I couldn't see? The ethnicity I couldn't see on there was Arabs and Indians and Asians. But what I did see at the top was the African Americans. Then you also have white Americans. So who's winning?
I already knew he was going to get with that one. I seen that coming. I said America. Because America sells sex. That's what it is. They sell a lot of, even if they trying to do it subtly, that's what they sell. Like, now when you watch a movie, it's in it. To kind of have like some type of sexual undertone, it's in it. Oh, you want to be beautiful, hair blowing in the wind, dudes that desire you. That's the commercial. You admit you want to be nice, whatever, and all type of stuff. Yeah, it's just like watching movies and TV. Man, you want to be a leading actor, you better not be ugly because they trying to sell sex. You ain't gonna do no sex scene. They don't want you. That's what it is. You can't, most time a movie come out and it's mature, rated R, it's going to be sex in it. Because at some point, probably when it's doing rated R, that man's going to be murdering it. Now, oh, we gotta have a sex scene in it. And sometimes they probably used to put one. Now they be putting like 6 of them in there. How many do you need?
Mm-hmm. So I got into that topic because when I think of a household like yours, as you know, I like politics. Now I got to think about how many times did this country break your household because of what we're selling to the families?
I also got to think that if you not making a certain amount of money, and you won't help, and you got a full household, you got the mom, you got the husband, the wife, and the kids, that you won't get assistance due to you having a man in your house. So if you get your man outside the house, we will give you assistance. So now you get assistance without a man. What's that saying? What is that pushing? Oh, well, if you won't help, get rid of the man. And then you got, oh, I don't need no man. So a man is only for financial purposes. You don't need no man, but he's outside the house and you'll put him on child support to get the funds, get government assistance. But you don't need him, but you need him to work to take money out of his pocket. But you don't need him in your house though. So your children don't have a father in their life. But that's okay though, because your light's getting paid. But your child's light is dimming. It's not shining as bright as it could. Because you want so much help. Or even to the point to where if you work a certain amount if you work to get a certain amount of living, like your gross pay, you can't get assistance at a certain point. You make too much. But it's hard to survive it is, so you can have that money. But since you got kids like you making, one that's making a lower wage with no kids. So like they make it to where like you're not really gonna be making progress. You think you are, but you're not. It's like, because oftentimes what people would do to get you to be rubbed to sleep, offer you money so you can be hurting on the back end. Oh, well, I needed help, whatever, so I had to do what I had to do. Okay. Now your kids ain't got no daddy. But that was you though, because you want to stick it through. And he trying. Well, we can't do all type of stuff. But also some don't even worry about no man now. There's like straight government assistance.
Right.
It's like now it don't matter like, oh, it don't matter. I got pregnant. It don't matter. It is what it is. My mama did it. My grandma did it. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's that stupid stuff. That's that American stuff, huh? Like, why is family not so important now? Getting money is so important. Being a sex symbol is so important. Being popular is so important. But being a family isn't. To get money, you have to be in a household somewhere. To be famous before you got that, you was in a household somewhere. Why is that not important? Because you got to be there first to get to the rest.
That's a good point. See, this is why I study, man. This is why I study other countries and other cultures, because there's other people that are not even living like this. The way that this country has these structures, like this setup, there's other cultures that are not even living like this. Which just goes back to my point, which
I gotta travel.
When I said there's people that are looking at America and just laughing at how it is, but yet it looks as a money-making country or opportunistic country.
That I can say they do have.
Yeah, they do have.
But if you don't move right here, it's hard to make it.
That's true.
It's like Russian roulette. You put it in there, you put like, oh yeah, I'm getting all this opportunity. Better hope when you pull that trigger, the bullet not in there.
That's true. Man, as we wrap it up.
Yes.
As we wrap it up. That was a very nice conversation, man.
Thank you. This is my second episode of Converse with Turk with Brother David Luyeye. I said it right?
Yep.
Luyeye. If you liked it, please let me know in the comments, share and subscribe. Thank you for listening.